Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the All About Favor Show. I'm your host, Pastor KZ, also known as Auntie KZ. Again, this week I am wearing all silver. I was just led to wear silver this week. So, also my attire, I always represent, that's part of my moniker is I represent sporting teams who won their game, and I pick which team I would like to represent. Also, sometimes my subscribers will say that I have not repped their team, and my moniker always has been if they win, I'll rep, and usually I'll select teams that either won by a big margin, or it was a surprise win, or an upset win, or they're leading their division. So, the Kansas City Chiefs, I have not worn them this season because I kind of figured they have been kind of shaky and they've been losing a little bit, but they won their game, and I'm representing them today. Now, I got some responses yesterday from yesterday's New Year's Welcome Back show, and I just would like to share an excerpt from an email. But I want to remind you, y'all, like I said yesterday, it's going to be a better year. Things are going to turn around for you. No matter how bad things seem, just keep getting up and walking by faith. You know, faith is not seeing it before you believe it. Faith is, you don't know how this is going to turn out. You don't know, but I got to take a leap of faith and step out. So just walk by faith. Things are going to turn around. Now, for the email that I received from yesterday, it starts off, Dear Pastor KZ, and she put / Auntie KZ. I am miserable. She put it out there right away. Then go around in circles. She says, I am miserable in my relationship. So much so that I don't even want to go home because I have to deal with him. Let me preface this further down in the email, y'all. The him is her husband, okay? So she says, I don't want to have to deal with him. She goes on to say, I get anxious and frustrated just thinking about him. She won't even say his name. I feel trapped, and other things going on with me is I hate my job, but I'll send you a whole nother email about that. Also, my mom is not here for me to talk to or vent to anymore. I can't talk to my sister. She got her own blank, but I'm going to just change that blank and say she have her own issues going on. My brother can't get past mama's sudden transition. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't get myself together. I don't know. I'm upset all the time. I'm agitated. I'm angry. Okay, I'm going to pause it here, y'all. I'm going to pause it right here to my niece here who sent this. From what it sounds like so far, just this much of the email, y'all, when I was reading it last night, so far, this is exactly what I was talking about yesterday. She has no peace. Do y'all agree? This sounds like a person who does not have peace. And as I said yesterday, when you don't have peace, you got a whole lot of stuff going on. Now, in addition to me believing she don't have peace, and remember, this is just my opinion, I'm not an expert here. I also hear in this email, she's dealing with unresolved grief. She's discouraged with her relationship and her marriage. Her siblings are still grieving. So just from this much of the email, y'all, it's a lot going on here. But just from this email, you know what I gathered, y'all? This could have been written by any one of you. Thousands of people experience what she just described. But you know what? I have to applaud this young lady for having the courage to express something that a lot of people never open up and admit to. Why is that? Because it's easier not to talk about it. Y'all, when you start talking about pain, when you start talking about hurt, when you start talking about being unhappy in your relationship, when you talk about your mother's passing, and it's hard to talk about those things. So what have you learned to do is to stuff it all in and don't talk about it. Put on a happy face, put the best on the outside, and keep going on. But yet and still, while you keep going on, all of that stuff just is piling up more and more inside of you, and it's interrupting your sleep, it's disrupting your peace, and it's causing some of those things I said yesterday. She's mentioned here, she's agitated, she's anxious, and she's just a mess right now. This could be anyone writing this email. I don't know about you, but I felt this before, what she expressed. And see, it's easy, like I said, to just say all of these cliches, but inside you falling apart. How do you deal with that? It's easy to lock away your pain, sweep things under the rug because it hurts too much to deal with. It's sometimes, you ever gotten in a conversation with somebody and they begin to talk about something and you shut down emotionally, or you have to get up and say, you know what, I just can't hear this right now. I just can't right now. I can't. Anybody? I know I felt that way before. How about you? What do you do when you're anxious? How do you deal with hurt? How do you deal with pain? Many of you watching, you have experienced grief and loss. How do you get past it or get through it? I have a mini book coming out soon, and it talks about you don't really get over it, but you keep going on. And it talks a little bit about some of the cycles you go through. Because, one of the first things, and I didn't mean for this to turn into about a grief talk, but maybe this is what someone needs to hear. Sometime, people tell you, you got to go on because your mama wouldn't want you to do this, or your daddy wouldn't want you to do this, or they wouldn't want you to do this. First of all, that is not what a person needs to hear sometime right at that moment. Because at that moment, they're really not listening to you anyway. Because all they feel is the brunt of that loss. So we're going to be talking more about these topics this year. And I only just scratched the surface today because I wanted to get your attention and get you back writing in your journals. Some of you stopped journaling and you stopped writing down your feelings. You know what? One of the things some people say is when someone transitions or they lose a loved one, they find a little tablet or they find their diary or their journal. And some of the innermost thoughts and feelings are in those journals, those words that they had written down. And you know what? Some people are like, I cannot believe he felt this, or I can't believe she felt that. You can't believe it. You know why? Because that person pretended everything was all right. For somebody watching today, don't you think it's time for you to stop pretending? It's nothing wrong with saying, I'm kind of messed up right now. I'm going through a season right now. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, I need some prayer. I need y'all to cover me right now because I can't do it by myself. I'm not able right now to get past this and I need some help. Don't keep holding this stuff inside. We are taught and trained, especially as melanated women, that we got to be strong for the village. We got to be strong for the family. But where does your source of strength comes from in the time you feel like you've fallen apart? You know what we do? We either isolate or we remove ourselves from the stimuli, the triggers, the things that set us off. How do you do? What are you talking about, Auntie KZ? What you talking about, Pastor? I'm going to use this illustration. One of the hardest Sundays, because a lot of people use Sunday as their worship day, not because it's the Sabbath. We clearly are aware that Sunday is not the Sabbath day, okay? We know Saturday is the Sabbath, but your day to worship or go to the sanctuary is on a Sunday, okay? I just want to clear that up, so don't come for me talking about Sunday is not the Sabbath. I said Sunday is your worship, the day you choose to worship or go to your house of prayer. The hardest Sunday for some people to go to a worship service or go to church is the second Sunday in May. Oh, now wait, you got to sit here and think. What happens the second Sunday in May? Mother's Day. Another hard day for some people to go to church or their house of prayer or house of worship is the third Sunday in June. What happens then? Father's Day. We know for a fact those 2 Sundays are very difficult days. Mother's Day, as commercialized as it has become, for some people, they find themselves visiting a cemetery, taking flowers, putting a wreath there. That is a hard Sunday for a whole lot of people. But you know what? For as many people that choose not to go and to kind of be alone or go out to the cemetery or just take a breather from service that Sunday, there are a lot of people sitting in the sanctuary pretending they're okay. And you know what? That's not okay. Because in the end, you got all of this stuff inside you. The hurt, the pain, and your peace is disrupted. As I said yesterday, I don't know. Before I do these shows, it requires me to really go into prayer and meditation. Even though I have a whole lot of information from you based on your emails about topics, I really have to get before the throne and just meditate on what to talk about and how to speak about it and how to deliver it, because I want you to understand my platform here is not about driving people away. What I'm about is encouraging people to get healthy, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. And you don't have to be a member of a certain denomination. You don't even have to be religious or spiritual. But my goal and my gift is to reach out to people from all walks of life who something I may say and something I might say, it might benefit you. And I believe that when you are going through a season like this young lady is talking about, she got so many things going on. She got to employ, her job is messing with her. She don't really care for going home to her marriage. And on top of that, her mama just passed away. So she got a lot, and she's watching her siblings. So she said she has a sister and a brother, and they both still falling apart. So she got all of this on top of her. Now, I didn't share the entire email with you, but she also mentioned her children further along in the email, how her children were caught off guard as well with the passing of their grandmother. So she got all of this stuff going on. You know what? A lot of you got a lot of stuff going on. Or some of you who have experienced some of this, please write in the comments when you get through watching this video. Just comment some things, because other people watch these videos and your comments help them. It helps them. So let's form a dialogue. At the end of the videos, please write some comments. Share these videos with other people. Call somebody on the phone, text them, and send them the link to watch these videos. Because I am sure one of these days out the week, I am going to say something that might help you or might remind you to pray for somebody, or just remind you to speak an encouraging word to someone. So comment, like, and share the video. And if you have not gone over to my YouTube page, those of you who may be watching me on other platforms, hop over there and hit the subscribe button as well. So I want to thank all of you for watching and all of you for your support. To my current subscribers, y'all, let's keep it going on. And I want everybody to know, y'all help me get to 10,000 subscribers this year. I know we can do it. Y'all get yourself focused. Find your balance. I'm going to email this young lady again and form a dialogue with her, because I believe some things she can do to kind of help herself get back going. And that's what your goals should be this year, to get back going. I'm not saying you're going to be all the way, it's a snap, it's easy to do, you're going to heal, you're going to get over it. A lot of people say, oh, just get over it, just move on, or put it in the hands of the Most High God. All of those things sound good, but it's not easy. And you got to understand, you got to be okay with some things I got to do. It's not easy to do, but I must do them to protect and preserve my peace, and for me to start modifying and changing to have better wellness and to have a better quality of life. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, it's a new year. It's a new season. Reckon some things to be, it's no more a part of your life. I got to let go of some people, some circumstances for my wellness. Y'all, have a wonderful day. I see you back tomorrow.